Yeah. Because of the pandemic, a lot of fighters lost high-profile fights. But in your case, it was almost the reverse. You went from fighting David Zawada to Neil Magny, who's very well known at 170. You think things almost worked out in your favor, and was this almost best case scenario for you?
Yeah, I think it definitely is a big step up in opponent, but it's a fight that I think I deserved. I think that I've earned, and it's exactly what I wanted. It's a fight I've wanted for a while now, and I'm happy for the challenge. And no disrespect to David, I just don't think that he earned the fight versus me yet. And this is a big opportunity for me.
Yeah. And as far as the division, there's a lot of things going on at 170. I mean, Neil Magny's a pretty big name. And, prior to the Damian Maia loss, you were on a nice win streak. So you could potentially be, if you beat Magny 6-1 in your last 7 bouts. Do you think that a win there could be enough to put you in the rankings?
Yeah, I think it should be. I think that there's a few people in the rankings that I don't even know why they're in the rankings with Pettis, Connor, and Diaz. None of them are beating 70-pounders right now, so I don't know why they're in the rankings. So I think that I could easily be at like 15, and Neil's at 13 right now. So I think that a win over Neil, I should definitely be inside the top 15 and really making a push here.
Yeah. And as far as the matchup itself, where do you see your strengths lie in this bout with Magny?
Honestly, I feel like I'm just a more well-rounded fighter than him. I think I'm a little bit better everywhere. I think that he might have the reach on me and size, and but cardio-wise, in a 3-round fight, I don't think he's going to play a factor at all. So I don't see where he has any advantage. So I think it's a great matchup for me. But I'm excited for it as well. I think that Neil's a very tough opponent, and he's beaten multiple world champions. Beat Calvin Gastelum, so this is a big fight.
Yeah, for sure. And the cage this time is going to be a lot smaller than the regular cage. And you mentioned there Neil Magny's sort of size and range, and that's something that's very well known about his style, his distance and the range. How much do you think the smaller cage will affect and play a role in this fight?
Yeah, I fight at a range as well, so I'm not like an inside fighter. So I feel very confident fighting outside all the time, but. They always say, I think my grappling is a lot better than his. So smaller cage usually plays a factor, gives a little bit of advantage to the grappler. And I imagine I'm going to have to get inside and stay inside on him a little bit more often with my striking. So I think it plays an advantage where he can't run around and stay away as well as he's used to.
All right, Anthony. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we will take our next question from Jay Anderson with Cage Side Press.
Hey, thanks very much. And, you've called this fight your biggest opportunity coming into it. And with that in mind, have you kind of put any extra pressure on yourself to go out there and put on a performance, make a statement?
Well, it's also my last fight of my contract, so everything is on the line for this fight. So it's but every fight I put so much pressure on myself to win and to perform at the best of my ability. So I think that I wouldn't say added pressure. It's more of like just added motivation, like where, sometimes if you have any self-doubt ever, that it's easy to flip it with just knowing that, it's a lot easier just to go into the fight knowing that I've done everything right leading up to it. I've been in training camp for about 14, 15 weeks. I had like 5 or 6 different fight dates. Opponent changes. I don't know where you're fighting or how you're fighting. Don't know. So everything's kind of different for this fight, but I'm a fighter. I'm going to get out there and fight anyone, and I think it's a great opportunity.
You mentioned this being the last fight on your deal. Were there talks about renewing prior to this? Did you choose to kind of roll the dice here and go that route?
Yeah, no, I haven't had any talks prior to this about re-signing. I don't know if the pandemic's playing into it a little bit or what exactly is happening, but this is my opportunity to show the UFC and show the world that this is the opportunity for me to win this fight and break into the top 15 and kind of be in control of my own destiny. I'm in control right now. So I win this, and I'm inside the rankings. It definitely helps, with going to the negotiation tables and be able to negotiate a good quality contract.
And last one for me. You mentioned the pandemic. A lot of fighters have had to make some adjustments, be it training at home gyms, that sort of thing, limited sparring partners. How have things worked out for you in this situation?
It's been phenomenal with me, outside of being on the lift because the workout room closed down, but I've been training every day with Douglas Lima, Will Brooks, Jakau. Like we had another 3 or 4 guys at the ATT Atlanta, and we were just every day we would come in, we would spar, we would do everything. So nothing's changed for me. I almost could be like it was a positive in my growth in martial arts where you have all those top guys. Obviously, Douglas being top 3 welterweights in the world every day. 4 or 5 rounds we're training together. So I think it was a great experience, and I'm excited to get in there on Saturday.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, buddy.
And we'll take our next set of questions from Ognian Georgiev with Max Sports Bulgaria.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello, how's it going?
You had a very close fight with Damian Maia a year ago. What was the most important stuff that you learned from that fight, and does it open your eyes for something that you need to improve in order to become the top guy in the division?
Yeah, I think obviously in that Damian fight, I was kind of a mental mess going into that fight, leading in there with a lot of outside drama going on, a lot of outside negativity that was in my life at that moment. So it's kind of just cleaning all that up and getting my support system stronger and building these positive energy. Is kind of more. I think it was more of a mental thing going into that fight than a physical thing. So I think that going into this fight. Obviously, I'm coming off that win in Russia, so it's more just, being me, being happy. We came out here a week early to Vegas to just get quality bonding with the team and going to this fight on Saturday with full board.